Western Carolina looking to do the repeat of the 2023 game where they defeated Samford for the title. Jason, this game has a little bit of dual layers when you think of the revenge that Samford are looking for.
Yeah, look, it's two teams who know one another very well. They've been the top two teams in the SoCon for the last few years, and Western Carolina has flipped the series history. Samford dominated in the early meetings between these two schools. It's been all Western Carolina lately. They come at the game from different perspectives as well. Different styles should make for a really fun match today.
It's expected to be a competitive one on the field today, and our stars to watch, beginning with Samford, Leighton Glisson, a key player for this Bulldogs attack.
The senior transfer from Auburn University, 7 goals, 4 assists on the season, 1 goal and an assist last time out against UNC Greensboro to help get the Bulldogs here.
Glisson, a player with a lot of momentum coming into this huge 90 minutes of action. On the flip side for the Catamounts, Naya Marcil has been a star in her senior season.
She's been an outstanding leader for these Catamounts. Double-digit goals, also 5 assists to go along with it. And here in the SoCon tournament, 3 goals and 1 assist. When you need your big-time players to step up when the lights get bright, Naya Marcil has done that for Western Carolina.
Well, kickoff is just around the corner here in the beautiful colorway. Catamounts looking to get another defeat over Samford. We'll be back with more to come. Kickoff just around the corner. You're watching SoCon on ESPN+. It's a Southern Conference Championship game between Western Carolina and the Samford Bulldogs, just seconds away from kickoff. It will be Samford underway here. Jessica Charman, Jason Longshaw with you for the entirety of this matchup. A bid to the national tournament on the line between these two sides. Samford with early touches, looking to get into the attacking third. It's scooted out of play by Mary Muth. It will be a Samford Bulldogs throw-in.
Samford trying to get Whitaker Buchanan in down the right side.
The cross swung in towards the front post area, will be volleyed clear It's one in the air by Donovan, but her header wayward. Western Carolina trying to break through. No nonsense clearance out the back by Maynard. It's a long searching ball forward, is cushioned down, and Samford just send it clear. It's a choppy affair, atmosphere, absolutely wonderful here. A great crowd has filled this complex from both sides, understanding what an advantage it can be, Jason, to have your crowd rooting for you in these moments.
It also shows how this rivalry has grown as well. This is a big game in the regular season. It's a bigger game when you get to this stage of the calendar.
Buchanan looking to go 1v1 with her defender, cutting back, well dealt with initially. Buchanan will get another opportunity here with the nutmeg. Great first move, deflected away. It's out for a goal kick, but getting a look at Whitaker Buchanan, she is a star on the field.
It's the follow-up defending, though. Knowing what we've seen from Buchanan already, you have to have someone ready to step in, and Mary Muth comes across after Buchanan gets past the first defender. Muth is there to clean it up and actually knock it off of Buchanan and out for the goal kick.
Great soccer IQ from the defender as the ball is launched forward from the goal kick off of Leanne Trudell. Driving forward, though, Samford looking for the Buchanan ball, again dealt with by the Catamounts back line. So we get a moment to breathe, Jason. Let's take a little bit of a history lesson here in terms of this dynamic. It is a repeat of the 2023 championship game. It's Buchanan out of play for a goal kick. It was a Western Carolina victory, 1-0 in this matchup, but as you mentioned in our open, historically the Bulldogs have had favor in this game between these two sides.
Yeah, they typically have 15-4-1 overall. Samford leads the series 15 of the 20, decided by 1 goal, so it's always been close. But lately, it's Western Carolina who has dominated the series over Samford. Long-time history, it's been Samford, and they want to try to reclaim that crown today.
We are seeing the Bulldogs are very aggressive in this game, part of their DNA. We watched them in the warm-up, very athletic, very strong, technical as well, but have that elevated level of fitness when they play.
Yeah, look, both teams can do what the other one does well, but I think when you see Samford and you've seen them play over the past few years, this is a vertical team. They like to get up and down the field quickly. They're physical. Western Carolina, this is a team that can play. They like to keep some possession. They like to control the game with the ball. They can get vertical when they need to. Samford can control the game with the ball when they need to.
With some good defending by Wise, but this time the Bulldogs have managed to regain possession. Higher press from the Catamounts sees themselves earn the throw-in. Catamounts, of course, led by Chad Miller. It's been a really impressive season for the home side. Haven't lost since August 22nd. 15 victories on the year.
Yeah, both of these teams have been on great runs lately coming into this game.
Catamounts with their first good-looking attack as a driven cross is sent clear. Ball still alive for the Catamounts in that corner area. Bulldogs able to send this one clear.
Ella Simpson with the interception for Samford gets it clear and gets the possession in the middle third with a throw.
It was Glisson, the target of the long sent forward ball, did enough with her back to goal, but this time couldn't get onto the throw-in. Looking to switch the point of attack, this time for Himes. Himes will chase it down as it's left for Leanne Trudell in goal.
The junior from Quebec called her defender off there. Always like to see the goalkeeper take control of that situation. This is a Western Carolina team with Trudell in goal. One of the best goalkeepers in this region. Only conceded 9 times in 20 games.
It's going to take a lot from Samford's attack today to test the goalkeeper with an 86% save percentage on the season. They will try so here. A little bit of a stutter step on the far side by Glisson. Great move into the box. Glisson drives it across the 6, and it's cleared away on the volley by Samantha Whitaker.
Whitaker with the left foot to deny it, but you've seen Samford down the wings. It was Buchanan in the early going. Now it's Glisson getting going. Buchanan's going to go across to take this corner.
Really good opportunity for the Bulldogs. With 2 close games coming into this one. Had to wait till the 88th minute to get their win in the semi-finals. Here's a good delivery in. It is headed clear, but it'll be put back in. Hannah Himes tried the strike from distance, didn't quite connect.
It's a great start for Samford, and you know how it is on the road. At times, you get out on the road and you decide, you know what, we're going to absorb some pressure. We're going to be smart here. Let's grow into the game. Samford has said, no, none of that. We're going to come in and we're going to make the home team uncomfortable early on. The Bulldogs have done that. They haven't really tested Trudell with that pressure yet, though.
A 5-hour road trip from Alabama for Samford, but right now, no sign of road legs. And I think as we glance down at the warm-up, you saw the intensity from the get-go. They don't want to make it 2 tries on this field in the last 2 years without coming home with silverware.
Yeah, 5 hours, light work. Come on, they can handle that.
I do have to remember that we are in the United States of America. 5 hours in England, Jason, would be quite the hike.
5 hours is a normal day in soccer in the Southeast.
Peyton Hull in goal will have an opportunity to send this one forwards. Hull gets underneath it towards the center circle. Big header back where it came from. So Catamounts trying to thread the ball through right now. Samford handling that pressure, this time sent forwards. Headed back by Wise. Muth. Marcel. Over to the far side, Samford able to earn the throw in. Western Carolina's head coach, Chad Miller, right now. What do you think he's thinking over the first 8 minutes or so of this game?
Just want to get some control of this. You know, it's early on. Samford has been the more aggressive team. You don't want to get overly aggressive in response. You want to play your game. And look, it's going to be difficult against an aggressive, physical, intense team like Samford. It's a long match. You can't let 5 minutes dictate how the 90 go.
As you look at the pathway for Western Carolina to get here, they had a 6-1 victory in their quarterfinal game, a 2-0 victory in the semifinal game. On the flip side, 2 very, very tight games for Samford. A 2-1 victory in the semis, a 1-0 victory in the semis. Sometimes those pathways can affect the way you come into a championship game if you've been in cruise control a tad bit.
It's always interesting, too, when you get teams who come into a match like this one on a hot stretch, and both of them have been. Yeah, Samford had a couple of difficult ones to get here in the recent going, but they're unbeaten in their last 10, 8-0-2. Western Carolina's unbeaten in their last 17, 14-0-3. Something's got to give between those 2 streaks.
Momentum, such an important thing, particularly in NCAA action, when you look at the importance of the tournament, the fact that is your one guaranteed way to get into the national tournament. Obviously, at-large bids do exist, but always tough to come by.
Yeah, and this is a conference that I think you're seeing with these 2 teams. They've won the last 4 SoCon titles, Samford with 3 of them, Western Carolina with the last one. You're going to have to start seeing at-large bids out of the SoCon on a regular basis. I know it's easy to look at the Power 4 conferences and go deep into those rosters to pull teams, but teams like these 2 both deserve to be in the national tournament. You want to win your conference, don't get me wrong, but both teams should be preparing for a national tournament, and the only way you guarantee it is winning today.
Long goal kick from Hull is controlled now by Western Carolina. The Catamounts doing better at responding to the loose balls. Here's a promising attack down the channel. Guklowski drives her cross into the defense of Mason Wells. It will be a corner kick for the Catamounts, and the crowd here love it.
First 5 minutes, Samford was dictating the terms of the match, but Western Carolina has settled in. They've started to knock the ball around. They're starting to find the open player. And as you see, this is a team that has scored a ton of goals this season. They have total belief in their attack. You just have to, at times in a game, ride those ebbs and flows, and Western Carolina has done that. They get a corner here.
Will be Naya Marcel, the Quebec native, a top drawer team of the week select to spin this one in. Marcel drives it towards the edge of the 6, a 2-handed parry away by Hull. Important goalkeeping for the Bulldogs. And here they are trying to capitalize. A charging run forward by Leighton Glisson. But very important goalkeeping out the back by Peyton Hull.
Great hands from Hull. Wasn't sure if she was going to try to bring that one down. She's in a crowd, able to push it away, just parry that one away.
Cries of keep your shape from Todd Yelton, the head coach of Samford, as they do earn a free kick for the handball. Todd Yelton will be very impressed with the way that his side have started from the first whistle.
Yelton, one of the legendary coaches in this part of the country. As you see the kind of unlucky handball call there go against the Catamounts. Yelton's been able to develop a style of play here for Samford. They have an identity and they buy into it. They believe it. You've seen it really come to the fore here at times today.
Little dink ball forward, searching for Glisson. One-time volley away out the back by the Catamounts.
Always have to be on your heels with Glisson and Buchanan out wide.
Does feel like those wing areas are a pivotal part of Samford's success in the attacking third. Western Carolina will have to adjust and prevent any services coming in. So throw in looped forwards. And cleared away on the volley by Muth. Searching ball forward, headed away again. You can just see Western Carolina, Jason, adjusting to the importance of guarding those flanks.
Yeah, you got to win your battles. You've got to win those 1v1s out wide. You want to deny the ball getting to Glisson or Buchanan in the first place. If that means it's a little harder to maintain that control with possession, just have to take that as it comes.
Just saw that ball. A little bit too much on it for Leighton Glisson to chase. It will go back to Leanne Trudell in net. As we mentioned earlier, 9 goals against, 14 shutouts. The junior from Canada is having a really impressive junior campaign after making it onto the second team in 2023.
Second most shutouts in the country for Trudell and the Catamounts.
As we know, as a former goalkeeper, the goalkeeper is star, but that also has a lot to do with the back line and the organization that comes for the Catamounts, a team effort for the clean sheets. Maynard volleyed that one clear. And Catamounts looking to patiently build now on this left-hand side. Haven't had too much of the ball. Bit of a surprise for a Catamounts side. Ball's controlled down. And a big tackle comes in. Strong tackle by Fleming Dean. Crowd don't like it, but they've sent the ball forwards to a chasing Buchanan. It'll be knocked back to the goalkeeper Trudell, who will clear it away one time. Crowd certainly heating up here in Cullowhee. It's a chasing, streaming run forward. Huge slide tackle coming from Abby Wright. Jason, this atmosphere is quite special.
You start seeing the tackles flying in, and you're getting the reactions both ways out of the crowd. Western Carolina able to flip the field with that direct ball.
Big early cross coming in. It's headed away by Himes. Himes' header connects forwards with Dean, and Dean is blocked. Every tackle, every block, every play right now being greeted with roars. It was really special walking in from the parking lot today and seeing tailgates for both sides, Jason. It's a really impressive atmosphere here, and for these players, it's an atmosphere they deserve with the seasons that they have had.
Absolutely, and what you're going to get is some of that back and forth with this crowd, because both of these teams are explosive in their own ways.
There's some good triangular build up there. Dean tried to get it wide to Abby Wright. Abby Wright just rushed her cross a little bit, but again, Samford in possession have looked dangerous.
They have. I think they've tried to get down the wing, and they have done a pretty good job of that. The sequence before where the long ball was blocked by the Catamounts, that's what they have to do defensively. They can't let Samford launch it into the corners, into the channels.
Simpson controls it over to Wright. Wright tries to thread the eye of the needle down the channel. It is put back where it came from by the Catamounts. They'll look to spread the field here. Beautiful cross, and then just a misplay on the ball. Samford trying to punish. Buchanan defended patiently and then sent forward by Wells. The header out the back. Couldn't find the pass to Muth. Will be a throw-in for Samford. Just feels a little bit of a rattled environment for the Catamounts at the moment.
I think they're okay. You can't let the way that Samford wants to play rattle you. And look, they're going to. There's just no way around it. They're going to launch the ball. They're going to fight for every ball. You have to constantly stay locked in. There will be moments where things become chaotic. For Western Carolina, they want those moments of control going the other way.
Glisson getting on the ball and winding through traffic. Able to start it back. Good positive touch by Major. Major turning. She's dispossessed though. Here's the counter. Driven ball forwards. Foot race incoming. Maynard able to deal with it so well. Fantastic defending.
Excellent defending, sealing off that route down the middle.
Physical challenge. Will call for the referee to blow his whistle. Our official today, John Matto.
Alexis DeMarco back on her feet. Talked about Samford being physical. They do not shy away from the challenges, and they don't mind giving up free kicks in that area of the field. 28 yellows and over 12 fouls per game. The fouls per game number might be a little bit higher today in a final. We'll see how it goes.
Will be a big task for the referee to handle. John Matto, plenty of experience at the helm of this game.
Yeah, nothing wrong with physical play. Nothing wrong at all with it. You don't mind giving up this free kick in the middle third.
Wasn't too far off the mark with the connection. You heard the roar of the crowd. Peyton Hall watches that one sail past her near post.
Yeah, the marking got a little loose in that sequence. The late runner down the backside, I believe it was Muth who'd made the run. Just unable to get to it, but she timed it really well. I like the delivery from that far out.
Hull will clear her lines. Pings off a couple of players. And Western Carolina will keep this one in. Beautiful pass forward by DeMarco. Her pass to Goklowski. The cross is blocked away, but it will end up being a goal kick for Samford. But when they start building, when they start connecting, you can see how Western Carolina have scored goals for fun this season.
DeMarco and Goklowski there with a nice combination to get in down the left side, but you saw the sliding challenge as Goklowski was trying to put in the cross. Just enough to force her to hit that with a little bit too much pace to control.
Buchanan looped it forward. Glisson tried to head it on. In a foot race was Anna Major, but Trudell quick off her line to smother. Over a quarter of an hour gone here in the beautiful scenic mountains in North Carolina. Perfect conditions for a game as John Motto blows his whistle. We'll let you hear what the crowd think of that one.
It happens sometimes when you have one team that is more physical than the other. Sometimes the way you have to manage that is both teams get called a little tight, and that can definitely get under your skin at times.
Heavy touch out the back by Simpson, but she is able to recover it with the slide challenge, and Western Carolina on the far side can't keep it in. It was only a one-goal game when these two sides faced each other in 2023, Jason. I can't see the future, but you can understand how this one could be similar in a tight fashion.
Yeah, the longer it goes without a goal, I think you're probably going to see it come down to one. Sometimes in a game like this with two really evenly matched teams, if you get an early goal, then the fireworks can happen as the game opens up. This one seems destined for one or two major chances either way.
Stick with us on ESPN Plus. Of course, all the coverage of this SoCon championship game as it's headed through, blocked away. And the clearance from Donovan is deflected off of a high press from the Catamounts, and Samford earn a throw-in.
It's great defending from Caroline Donovan, the grad student from Louisville, Kentucky. Able to block that away as it had gotten into the 18. Didn't allow the shot to test her goalkeeper.
We're seeing more of Marcille, though, when she gets on the ball. The number 7 for the Catamounts. Just saw her try a no-look pass. Certainly has distribution of all sorts in her locker.
Very, very talented player. And so often when you see somebody who is as good going to goal, you don't see those kinds of passes. They don't have that same vision to bring others into the play. Marcille absolutely does.
And she's a key player that I'm sure Samford circled on their whiteboard before this game to not allow to begin to cook in the midfield. Simpson shows her strength defending. Great work by Ella Simpson. But this time she's caught, and that's where her defender Maynard helps her out. Bit of a risky play by Ella Simpson.
Very hard fought game here between both teams. It feels like every ball is being challenged.
And with this atmosphere, with this huge crowd, Jason, it helps you get up for the occasion. It's a championship game, but when you hear a roar for every tackle you make, you want to go flying in for tackle after tackle.
That can be good. That can be bad too at times. Sometimes a rush of blood to the head, that can be a problem.
Let's hope you're not prophesizing any big decisions for John Motto, the referee. This time he does blow his whistle for a bit of a nonchalant foul in the middle. And then Western Carolina not taking it from the spot that it was whistled for.
Look, referees know what kind of game they're going to get. The best come in with prep. They know how the teams want to play. I think you come into this game and you know that it has the potential to be one with a lot of whistles, a lot of work to do. I think so far you're seeing some really good match management from our referee in the middle.
Becca Campbell on the far side with some patient defending for Western Carolina, and she earns herself a throw to boot. Western Carolina just gaining a little bit of a real estate on the far side of the field. Did come into this tournament as the number 1 seed, the champions yet again of the regular season. But a reminder in college soccer that regular season doesn't have the gift of the national tournament berth that you see from the tournament championship. Western Carolina are aware that they do need the double today if they are going to continue play guaranteed past this season. For Samford, of course, coming second in the SoCon. They are well aware of what they need as it's flicked on off of the head of a Samford player. It will go out for a Western Carolina corner.
Another set piece opportunity here for the Catamounts on the near side. That looping cross, difficult to defend, really unable to get a lot on the header to put it away. Did put it well wide of goal to not have a risky situation for the goalkeeper Hull.
It will be Marcille tasked with the corner. In swinger, hangs it up towards the back post area. It's flicked in, Hull pats it down. Another big interception by Peyton Hull in goal.
Been really impressed with Hull. Redshirt freshman does not play like a freshman. She's commanded her area very well.
She'll need to continue to be on the spot with those big decisions coming to claim as trouble inside the 18, eventually swiped away by the Bulldogs. Pressure mounting as Western Carolina start to see more opportunities in and around the 18-yard box, but so far the Bulldogs hang on. 0-0 the scoreline. 25 minutes have been played. Still so much soccer left to be had between these two familiar foes. As Maynard sends it forward, it's put back where it came from. And pressing down on that one. As it finds the boots of Buchanan. Buchanan just sort of lumps it forward for Glisson to chase. It'll be cleared on the volley by Becca Campbell.
It's by design, though, because you're going to try to win that second ball. Now, maybe should have let that one ride out on the far side and take the throw. But with Glisson and with Buchanan's pace, you can take a risky low percentage ball over the top, let them go chase, and if they don't win the first one, win the second ball and reload the attack.
Do you feel like Western Carolina are having to be more defensive and more leaving players back because of the threat that they're posing in terms of Samford's attack pressing forwards?
They knew what they were going to get into with this game. I mean, you knew you were going to have to do that at times. It's the situation of playing against a top team. You're going to have moments in the match where you don't get to be yourself. You have to react to the opponent in their best moments. Western Carolina, I think, has done that. Samford has done that today as well. I think both teams are having moments, but they haven't had great chances inside the attacking third yet.
Neither goalkeeper has been forced into a big save, but we have seen Peyton Hull for the Bulldogs very busy in terms of handling crosses into the area. Western Carolina with a costly slip on that distribution. Was almost picked up by Himes, but she was dispossessed. Major couldn't take it down, and instead Marcel sends it forwards. It will go out of play, though, for a Samford throw.
Games like this, you have to pick your battles at times, and Western Carolina was able to regroup after the slip. Kokolowski, good job to win it back. Now a free kick here for the Catamounts.
They'll go early, sending the ball forward. It is cleared away by Simpson, but the second ball forward will challenge Alak in the air. Taking a couple of hops. Himes did head it clear eventually and then swipe clear by Mary Ainsley Alak.
Sometimes those bouncing balls, especially with a little bit of precipitation today, you can get a little bit of a skip that can be hard to judge.
It was a drizzly day, about 56 degrees at the time of kickoff. As it's shielded out of play, Western Carolina will have yet another corner.
Mila Siska earns that corner for the Catamount. Smart presence of mind to just shield that one out. We've seen Hall tested a little bit on these, and she's risen to the challenge.
Corner number 3 for the Catamounts. Naya Marcel will take again. In swinger from Marcel. Goes to the near post. Peyton Hall with some good quick feet across to come smother.
Yeah, no hesitation there from Hull. You don't want that to skip and get onto the near post and have chaos. Just go smother.
Hull, who has 3 clean sheets on the season, a 72% save percentage. Right now, preserving a shutout in a championship game. It was a foul driven, caused by Samantha DeLuca. DeLuca, the hero in the semi-final with the game-winning goal.
That kind of call, I think, is a signal that the referee is going to call it very tight. DeLuca turned and looked like she'd already lost possession of the ball before the bump, but no hesitation to blow the whistle there.
Really important service. It'll be Hannah Himes that's tasked with sending this one in. Everybody on the edge of the 18 in this moment. Hannah Himes has an assist on the year and 2 goals. Himes drives this one in towards the penalty spot. Takes a couple of heads away. It's sent high in the sky by Marcel and into the thankful hands of Leanne Trudell.
It was already over the end line, though. It's going to be a corner on the far side. Trudell couldn't save it.
I think you saw Naya Marcel was a little concerned about where that ball might end up. Out for a corner. Probably not the worst case scenario.
No, you can take that. Bouncing ball around the penalty spot, you have to do something with that if you're Marcel. Blasting it as high into the sky isn't the worst of ideas.
It's corner number 2. Hannah Himes will serve this one in. Towards the edge of the 6, punched away by Trudell. Huge punch by Leanne Trudell.
Big right hand from Trudell. Another free kick called here for Samford.
Called on the foul was Marcel. A little slow to get up. Naya Marcel playing her 79th game in Catamounts colours. It is the last year that we'll see the COVID year players with those incredible numbers.
Going to be some records that will not be broken around college soccer.
Unpopular opinion, probably need to give them a bit of an asterisk. We will see Hannah Himes serve this one in again. Last one caused some chaos inside the Catamounts 18. What can Hannah Himes whip up here? Himes floats it in towards the back post, headed clear, and then a really horrible landing for Western Carolina's player that headed that one clear.
Had to get her head to it and did. There was contact as she was going into the air. That landing was awkward.
Good to see Ava Robitaille up to her feet. Really brave.
The junior from Rock Hill, South Carolina. It's brave defending from Robitaille because you're off balance. You have to get to it, and she does, knowing that it's probably not going to be a fun landing.
The Catamounts have had some real last-ditch defending to keep themselves in a 0-0 draw on their home field. Cheerleaders down in front of us, getting the cheers of "Let's go Cats" echoing around the stadium. It's funny because as we see our first sub of the game, that home field advantage, such an important part of why you need to finish in the top seed.
Yeah, you don't get an automatic spot in the national tournament, but you get control of the pathway to that automatic spot, and Western Carolina has made the most of it. I think this is a Catamounts team that should get an at-large bid if things don't go their way today, but you want to be in complete control of it.
Final 13 minutes left to play in the first half from Cullowhee. There's a bit of a foot race. It's eventually cleared away by Alec. Good composure. But this time it's sent straight back by Western Carolina. Beautiful first touch, straight into the hands of Peyton Hull.
Good hit with the left foot, but Hull had that covered the whole way at the near post. Great positioning from Peyton Hull.
Kuklowski with a beautiful pass in. Finish just didn't test Hull. Donovan, too strong in her challenge, knocking down Kuklowski. It will be a Western Carolina Catamounts free kick.
Consistency from the referee. That was a heavy challenge, very strong physical play. The referee has called everything very tight today.
Service will come in from Mary Muth. Just in front of the halfway line. Muth launches it forward towards the edge of the 18. It's headed off the back, off a Bulldog, and then cleared up the line by Himes. Cleared further up the pitch. And then charging down the clearance was Glisson. Whitaker, great little move from Whitaker. Fans love it. As the ball chipped forwards and cleared away. Bulldogs with their opportunity now. Here comes Major. She'll start it back. It's sent up the channel by Wright. Marcel, big challenge coming in. It's out of play for a Bulldogs throw.
Hahn on the far side, who came off the bench for Western Carolina, another one of the Canadians for the Catamounts. Had that opportunity that Hull saved at the near post, but Hahn has brought a lot of energy to the attacking half for Western Carolina.
Western Carolina looking to find a little bit of patience through the back. Trudell, though, sends it forward straight to a Bulldog. Big pressure defensively. Here come the Catamounts. Charging forward, square pass in, a little bit of a misplay. It's sliced away by Caroline Donovan. Important positioning by Donovan.
You saw that one just skim under the boots. That's the challenge when you get the conditions that we have today. Have to adjust, have to be just a little bit tighter in that control.
Triple substitution coming in for Chad Miller's side. We'll get you caught up with those as we see them in action. Obviously, the roll-on, roll-off nature of subs in college games means your roster depth is so important as the ball's tossed in from the throw. They'll look to get it back out for a crossing region. It is now dipped in, cleared away out the back by Donovan. Western Carolina getting more bodies forward now as the long ball over the top is grabbed by Peyton Hull.
As this first half has gone on, Western Carolina has been able to get that control they've been looking for. The game has been mostly in their attacking half, but even in the moments with less possession, you see the foul there trying to jump into the player. It's called on Fleming Dean. But even in those moments when Samford is able to launch it long, you've seen Glisson block a clearing ball. Glisson can make things happen out of nowhere with her pace, and Western Carolina has to keep their head on a swivel.
Direct ball was sent forward. Samford trying to fight for it. Referee lets that one go. No foul called. Big challenge came in from Dean. Cleaned up by Western Carolina. So the ball's distributed over to this near side through Whitaker. Big tackle from Samford. And Glisson couldn't keep it in.
Ran out of real estate here on the near side, Glisson.
Throwan was searching for Kristen Hahn. Couldn't get on the end of the first ball. Guklowski will keep it in, and it's driven forwards. No-nonsense clearance out the back by Samford. You mentioned momentum in this game, and with less than 8 minutes on the clock of this first half, Jason, the momentum has certainly swung in favor of the Catamounts.
It has, but Samford can break the other way with the quickness as well. So when you have these moments of control and momentum, you have to make them count.
Guklowski puts in the cross, a little ahead of everybody. And now it's Samford winding through traffic. Major getting the ball forward. A nice little spin by DeLuca, but DeLuca thwarted by a huge tackle. Back to goal. Leighton Glisson, dispossessed. Glisson will fight back. Can't win back possession this time. Searching ball forwards. Hahn the target. Quick off her line again. Aggressive starting position by Peyton Hull.
The one thing the Catamounts have to be careful with is the gaps between the lines. The midfield and the back line starting to get disconnected at times as they get control in the attacking half, but that gives Samford the ability to win the second balls and recycle attacks when they do get into this attacking half.
Bit of a miscue from Hannah Himes, couldn't keep it in play. Samford will go to their bench. A double substitution for Todd Yelton, a single substitution for Chad Miller. Rotational components as we hit 6.5 minutes left in the first half of play. Jason, how important is squad depth in these long, intense college seasons?
It's huge. As you just saw Brooklyn Miller, freshman from Texas, check in for Samford. You have to have players who can just, first off, hang at this level off the bench. Two, you have to have players that can give you an impact off the bench, whether it's energy, whether at times it's calmness on the ball, whether it's intensity defensively. You've got to have the ability to change the game from the bench. Coaches in college soccer can impact the game more than professional coaches because of the substitutions, but they have to have the tools to be able to do that.
We saw Martha Bishop also coming in to the action for Samford on that last phase of play. There's a wayward pass. Having to chase this one down is Whitaker. Whitaker pressed by DeLuca, gets around that challenge. Good composure out the back in the recovery from Whitaker. Ball sent forward. Bit of a foot race here. Electric run by Kirsten Hahn. You mentioned her coming on as a sub, and she has had quite the impact.
Yeah, she's brought the energy in the attacking half. It's been really good for Western Carolina. It's helped them get a little more control of this. But Mason Wells gets the job done on the near side defensively for Samford and earned the throw.
A goal with just 5 minutes left in the first half would be just what the Catamounts would love for momentum. But Samford with the high pressure. Ball thankfully for the Catamounts took a deflection straight into the hands of Leanne Trudell.
Yeah, the rotations for Samford, they've got fresh legs in high with DeLuca and with Miller. They're going to be able to run hard for these last 4.5 minutes.
That energy is so important for Samford when they do go to press, as Donovan sent it out of play for the throw-in. Muth, her long ball forward, was looking for Lloyd. Lloyd couldn't get there, but it is recovered. Bishop sends it forward. There's a bit of a clattering between two players.
Well won by the Catamounts.
But it is Samford now, charging forwards. Right. Gets it over to the far side. Can it be kept in? It is. Cross towards the edge of the 6, sent forward. Right on the end of it. Ooh. Was dipping last minute. An ambitious effort, but a great strike from Abby Wright.
Love the presence, though, from Trudell, because she did not look too bothered by that one. I'm with you. I thought it was going to dip and Trudell was going to have to make a play. She was calm and composed watching that one sail over.
Great awareness of the position for the goalkeeper with all the experience.
When you see a goalkeeper do that in a play like that, it gives the rest of the players in front of her confidence as well, that she's got it under control.
Huge slide tackle, clean. Coming in from Kirsten Hahn. One of the biggest cheers we've had all game for a wonderful play on the ball by Kirsten Hahn.
Hahn and Wells have had quite the battle, both coming in off of the, or Hahn coming in off the bench, Wells having to deal with her.
Sam DeLuca looking for a bit of space. Her pass is deflected and then cleared away. Hahn with a bit of a misplay, but it's kept in by her teammate. Donovan puts it back where it came from. This ball taking some hops in the middle. Driven ball forwards. And Brooklyn Miller will try and keep it in. She does. Miller. Driven cross. Corner kick saved. Smart defending by Western Carolina's backs.
Good pace from Miller on that far side to run it down and keep the play alive with just over 2 minutes to go here in the first half.
So we're setting up for a long Samford throw-in based on that run-up.
Couple of lanes back on the track.
It's Martha Bishop with the track run-up. Bishop sends it in, it's headed straight back.
Might have slipped a little bit out of her hands.
We mentioned did have some drizzle at game time. Bit of a slicker pitch than maybe we'd have seen, as taking advantage of that slick pitch yet again was Kirsten Hahn. She loves a slide tackle.
Been effective with it, and when you have a team like Samford that closes everything down quickly and makes it difficult for you to play, nice to fight fire with fire at times.
Really important defensive read out the back by Donovan. DeLuca will chase. It's DeLuca. Good fight from DeLuca. And she deflects it off another defender. DeLuca, square ball cleared away at the edge of the 6. Sam DeLuca almost creating something out of nothing. She's in an offside position, can't chase that one.
It was a risky decision to try to let that go over the end line. I didn't think it was going to get there. DeLuca didn't either, and she runs it down and puts in one of the best crosses we have seen today. Low, well defended by Western Carolina, but DeLuca almost made something out of nothing late in the first half.
DeLuca, the sophomore transfer from St. Louis University, scored arguably the most important goal of her career so far in the semi-final that sent Samford to this championship game. Bishop will again take a couple of steps back onto the track to toss this one deep. Bishop, it's high. She'll head it back where she came from. 45 seconds, or 45 minutes rather, not enough to separate these two sides in the championship matchup. Going into the halftime break, Western Carolina Catamounts 0, Samford 0. Jason Longshaw, your first thoughts on that first half of action?
Very even. Western Carolina maybe had more longer phases of play where they had control, but neither team really created a lot in 45. We might be here for a while this afternoon.
Plenty to come after this quick break, including news and notes. You're watching SoCon Championship action on ESPN+. Halftime score, Samford 0, Western Carolina 0.
Now, what does it mean to live Western?
Set.
I got 2 knee replacements in 2012. It was really a miracle to have the artificial knee go in and basically be pain-free in all the activities I wanted to do.
I injured my shoulder, so it was very important for me to get back on the field.
I'd highly recommend Harris for the communication that they have with the school systems here. It's really great to know that we have a hospital here in town that we can just go to when we have emergencies or we have injuries.
Harris Regional Hospital, providing care to athletes of all ages.
We've come to this place from all over, and we've come for many different reasons. There are those who want to connect, and others who want to lead. There are some who want to create beautiful things, while others want to care for a hurting world. In the end, we are all here because this is a place where our passions find purpose. Samford University, for God, for learning, forever.
This is a Ford home charger. It helps you start every day with the charge you need. So you'll get one plus standard installation with every Ford electric vehicle. The Ford Power Promise. Electric vehicle confidence from day one.
Enjoy 1.9% APR for 72 months on a new 2024 F-150 Lightning truck.
The devastating effects of Hurricane Helene continue to cause challenges for many communities within the SoCon footprint. The Southern Conference has joined with the World Central Kitchen to help in recovery. The World Central Kitchen is a nonprofit on the front lines, providing fresh, warm meals to those affected. Scan the QR code and join us as we stand with impacted communities working together to get through this tragedy.
Welcome back to the Catamount Athletic Complex, home of Western Carolina. Western Carolina in the championship game, currently tied in a 0-0 draw with the Samford Bulldogs. Jessica Charman, Jason Longshore, so happy you're joining us on ESPN+. And Jason, it was a hard-fought first 45, but nothing to show for it yet on the score sheet.
Yeah, we talked about it coming in. It's a really interesting matchup between these two teams, and I think both teams did what they do pretty well for phases, but not long periods of domination. Samford started out great. Western Carolina settled in, had a long bit of control. A couple of good plays from the Samford goalkeeper, Hull to push crosses away, had one decent save. But neither team has really found a lot of joy in the attacking third yet, and I'll be curious to see what changes they make to try to find that in the second 45.
Now, these two teams came into the conference tournament as the #1 and #2 seeds. Let's take a peek at how the final season standings looked in the Southern Conference. Jason, Western Carolina and Samford, #1, #2. Mercer University probably disappointed that they didn't see themselves a deeper run in the tournament.
Yeah, I think the SoCon this season, Western Carolina and Samford, and this is similar to how it's been lately, have kind of separated themselves from the rest of the conference, but not by a wide margin. Mercer, Furman, Chattanooga, UNCG, East Tennessee State, not a lot to separate them as you see that crowded middle portion of the SoCon. Really competitive season across the board. The best teams did separate out in Western Carolina and Samford, and I think we're seeing that today in the final.
Parity, such a huge part of what makes Division I SoCon action so exciting to look. Now let's take a peek at the SoCon news and notes, and your SoCon news and notes is brought to you by Mountain Credit Union.
Big one here with this final back-to-back years where they have played. A player that we had a chance to see a couple times this season, Larkin Thomason, the player of the year in the SoCon, won the player of the week twice this season. Just an incredible year in front of goal. And no surprise, with winning the regular season, Chad Miller named the coach of the year in the SoCon.
Now, rain has started drizzling, in fact, falling, quite frankly, down here in Western Carolina territory. But the moods are high, the fans are packed, and they're excited for second half action. But we still got more to get into just around the corner. You're watching SoCon action on ESPN+.
Hey, grab me one too.
I love working for Mountain Credit Union because of all the ways we give back to our community. We help our members with their budgets, monitoring their credit, identity theft prevention and recovery, and we give them great rates and high yield returns. These are also the reasons I believe everyone should be a member of Mountain Credit Union. We have all the technology to help our members be financially successful and yet still connect with them on a personal level. Serving Western North Carolina since 1963. Visit one of our local branches today or learn more at mountaincu.org.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. Introducing the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty, the 2024 North American Truck of the Year. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. See your Ford dealer today and celebrate leadership with special offers on Ford F-Series.
At Ingalls, we're proud to work with hundreds of local farms and businesses in the communities we call home. Not only does it ensure that you get top quality, fresh items for your family table, it's a way for us to support the amazing individuals who pour their heart and soul into delivering the very best they can do. Quality, freshness, community, it's all in the bag. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
Welcome back to the Southern Conference Championship game here. 0-0, the halftime score between Samford and Western Carolina. You're watching ESPN+. Spend less and stream more sports with a special offer from ESPN+. Save $20 and get an annual subscription for the price of 9 months. Jessica Charm and Jason Longshore, our entire crew, welcome you to this incredible matchup. So much on the line, but we've also still got so much to celebrate from the regular season that was. We want to go back and recognize some of our SoCon end of season awards. So we can see here Larkin Thomason, the player of the year, Mercer's really important forward line player.
Thomason's development was a lot of fun to watch from her freshman year to her sophomore year. Not just the goal scorer that we saw in her first year in Macon, added that ability to combine and create with others. And then we have our defensive player of the year right here, first one in Western Carolina history in Ava Robitelli.
And Robitelli will have to put her best foot forward, continue to do so in today's game, because we expect to see Samford pushing forward. And finally, freshman of the year, Mar Grulich from UNCG. She finished the season with 4 goals and was the 9th Spartan to earn freshman of the year. Next up, we're going to take a look at the SoCon tournament bracket, how we got here to the final. It was an exciting tournament, a couple of upsets down the line, but Jason, a real thriller of a Southern Conference Tournament Championship, but we still got so much more to come.
Yeah, you've had some great matches in this tournament already. That Chattanooga-Mercer match with the Mocs getting past the Bears in the quarterfinal. Then the semifinal between the Catamounts and Chattanooga, a little bit closer than the scoreline might indicate. It took a little bit of time to break through. Chattanooga, very dangerous in the attack. They kept Western Carolina on their heels, and we've talked about it so far. Samford with 2 one-goal wins on their pathway to get here. It hasn't been easy for the Bulldogs, but they booked their spot in this match.
45 minutes left to play here in the championship game between Western Carolina and the Samford Bulldogs. 0-0 our halftime score, but when we come back, second half action. But first, we've got some stats for you as well. You're watching SoCon on ESPN+.
Now, what does it mean to live Western?
Set.
I got 2 knee replacements in 2012. It was really a miracle to have the artificial knee go in and basically be pain-free in all the activities I wanted to do.
I injured my shoulder, so it was very important for me to get back on the field.
I'd highly recommend Harris for the communication that they have with the school systems here. It's really great to know that we have a hospital here in town that we can just go to when we have emergencies or we have injuries.
Harris Regional Hospital, providing care to athletes of all ages.
We've come to this place from all over, and we've come for many different reasons. There are those who want to connect, and others who want to lead. There are some who want to create beautiful things, while others want to care for a hurting world. In the end, we are all here because this is a place where our passions find purpose. Samford University, for God, for learning, forever.
This is a Ford home charger. It helps you start every day with the charge you need. So you'll get one plus standard installation with every Ford electric vehicle. The Ford Power Promise. Electric vehicle confidence from day one.
Enjoy 1.9% APR for 72 months on a new 2024 F-150 Lightning truck.
The devastating effects of Hurricane Helene continue to cause challenges for many communities within the SoCon footprint. The Southern Conference has joined with the World Central Kitchen to help in recovery. The World Central Kitchen is a nonprofit on the front lines, providing fresh, warm meals to those affected. Scan the QR code and join us as we stand with impacted communities working together to get through this tragedy.
Welcome back to ESPN Plus coverage of the SoCon Championship game on the women's side. An incredible first half of action, but no goals to show for it as we're in a 0-0 deadlock between Western Carolina and Samford. Jessica Charman, Jason Longshore, our entire crew, 45 minutes left to play here in a must-win game for one of these sides. Jason, everything on the line here.
It's going to be interesting here in the second 45 as well. You talked about the rain. The pitch is holding up beautifully, but it is going to, maybe in different times, speed up sometimes, but also slow down at times. And we've already seen a few players with footing issues where we've seen some slips, but we've also seen some situations where players thought the ball was going to roll a little bit more, and it didn't. So I'm fascinated to see how it goes.
We're going to take a look at our Ingalls first half stats. First half stats are brought to you by Ingalls. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings. Jason, obviously no goals apiece, but a lot of action to be seen in the foul count.
Completely even when you look at it across the board, almost a mirror image of one another, except for fouls, which is about what you would expect. As we talked about, Samford over 12 fouls per game committed. They're ahead of that mark so far. That's how they play. And I think at times when you see that and you hear that, you think, oh, fouls, that's not good soccer. No. It's just they're very intense. They close things down. They're very aggressive. And you look at where they're committing the fouls, they're not in dangerous spots for them. They're giving up free kicks in the middle third. You'll take that because the risk reward of being very ambitious to try to win the ball back in the middle third, if you miss it, you commit a foul, okay, it's a free kick from 50, 60 yards. You can deal with that. You'd rather have the foul there than in a more dangerous position where you might commit the foul, you might have a card come into play, and you might give up a dangerous free kick.
Got to give credit to the referee, John Matto, for his performance. He's assisted by Joshua Lampkins, Derek Guerrera, and the fourth official is Joe Kirkpatrick. So we hear Peppers coming. Maybe they've been a little bit of an influence of Charlotte FC fans on the tannoy. Who knows, Jason Longshore?
You might have some say in that.
Beautiful song, beautiful atmosphere, not beautiful weather. The rain continues to fall. It will be a Western Carolina kickoff. They're in the white jerseys with gold numbers. Samford in the navy blue, right to left on your screen. A reminder, if we're locked in a 0-0, it will be golden goal. 10 minutes of overtime. We have to have a winner. Penalties if needed. We're back underway here. 45 minutes left to play in the SoCon Championship matchup from Cullowhee in North Carolina.
I think the temperatures have dropped a little bit as we've gone as well. More players opting for the long sleeves on the Western Carolina side than they had in the first half.
That was very perceptive of you. I do notice it now.
I had a few marked in the first half. There's quite a few more now here in the second.
Western Carolina fresh out of that halftime break. Head coach Chad Miller, we'll see what adjustments he might have made with his lineup. As Muth clears it forwards. Guklowski looking to connect with Marcel. Wasn't able to do so that time. Samford defending, clearing it away. Samford, of course, led by Todd Yelton. Jason, we mentioned he would be a happy coach with how his team played in that first half, but still lots of work left to do. They'll shield this one, and in the end have to clear it out for a throw-in.
Yeah, I think honestly both coaches are going to be happy with how the first 45 went. You get into a final, you don't want to make the mistake that changes the game. You want to keep it level as long as you can.
Couple of hops inside the 18, sent clear, no nonsense. Headed back where it came from. Controlling it down. Tidily done as a strike is blocked away. Brilliant defending out the back by Abby Wright to deflect that one out for a corner.
Brilliant turn by Alexis DeMarco as well to bring that down and turn in one motion. She earns the corner for the Catamounts.
Abby Wise to take this corner. She'll actually leave it now. Feels like this is something very much planned.
It's a little tricky with the space around the corner, especially as you have the rain on the track now.
It's played short to the edge of the 18. A little give and go. Training ground move as into the box now with a spinning strike. Came in from Ava Robitelli and into the hands of Peyton Hull with the save.
Defender slipped in front of Hull. That's why the shot was able to come in. That 18-yard box, we've already seen some interesting movements of the ball, and now defenders are losing their footing.
Abby Wright. It's cleared away in front of the pass, right in a battle. It's able to see it out of play ahead of the press of Alexis DeMarco. DeMarco's dispossessed. This time it's Buchanan. Buchanan, defended by two, splits them. Buchanan with a nutmeg into the box, cleared away. Only as far as Dean. Settling it down now is Major. Major looking for the overlapping run. And the offside flag is raised against Whitaker Buchanan. Probably needed to leave it for Abby White there.
Another big defensive play from Mary Muth. Coming across again as Buchanan, who's moved over to the left here in the second 45. She was on the right to start things off. Got past a couple of defenders, and Muth, for the second time today, had to come across to clean it up.
Long ball sent forwards, headed up in the air by Ella Simpson. Ball is out of play. Western Carolina attack and throw now. Whitaker throws it in, a bit of a stumble. Wet grass, like you mentioned, Jason, having its impact early in this second half.
Gotta think about keeping your feet underneath you in moments right now.
Driving forward, Western Carolina. A strike underneath it. Doesn't test the target.
It's a couple of shots here early in the second half. Maybe a little more of a focal area for the Catamounts. If you get a look anywhere inside of 25 yards, go to goal, especially in wet conditions. If you can hit it where it's going to skip in front of the goalkeeper, that can be difficult for Hull.
Less than ideal conditions for the goalkeeper. Expect to see more punching, less catching. Don't take any risks with that slick ball and slick grass.
I think we've seen both of these goalkeepers excel in those moments. Hull with more of the two-handed parry when needed. That has been absolutely effective. And we saw that big right-hand Superman punch from Trudell.
I think it's a great moment to praise both sets of fans. 1,874 people in attendance, a new record for Western Carolina soccer. An amazing atmosphere has been had, and credit to both sets of fans that have packed the stands.
Standing room only here to our left in our broadcast position.
Will they get a moment to get on their feet? DeLuca. Samford looking to dispossess, but it's a good step out the back line by Donovan.
Excellent block by Donovan. No hesitation to get out to that.
Substitution will come in for Western Carolina.
Robitelli checking out for the Catamounts. Malia Roberts in for Robitelli.
Roberts listed as 6 foot on the roster, brings a different dynamic into the middle of the park. Spinning pass forward, swiped away out the back by Maynard. It's been all Western Carolina over the first 6 minutes of this half, but Samford still holding on as Maynard goes to ground with the slide tackle, important block.
Maynard has been ever present for the Bulldogs defensively today. Just held her ground there. Does concede the corner.
Maynard, a storied player that spent time in her career with Ole Miss as well. In swinging corner coming for Western Carolina. Marcel will take. Marcel hangs it up at the edge of the 6. Big header away by Samford. Connection, counter-attack incoming. Driving forward Major, she's taken down. Referee says all ball. Far side switch of play now. As the cross is in, a touch forwards. And it's driven back into the area by Buchanan. Almost, just almost, Leighton Glisson getting the go-ahead goal.
Love that break from Samford because there's no hesitation. A 50-50 call in the midfield doesn't go the Bulldogs' way. They just hop right back up to their feet and make something happen. Fleming Dean heavily involved in the start of that, and Glisson with the flick on nearly found the opening goal.
Buchanan will serve in an in-swinging corner. Buchanan hangs it up in the air. It's headed in! Samford have the go-ahead goal off of the set piece.
Great service to the back post for the Bulldogs as we take another look. And going up to win the header is Simpson. Just fought through that to get to it. And doesn't just win the header, Ella Simpson. She places it in the far side. Bulldogs take the lead. Western Carolina with the great start to the second half, but the Bulldogs with the counter and the goal.
It's Ella Simpson's 5th goal of the season. No bigger goal from the defender who comes up shining with the header home.
And go back to that decision to just hop straight up. Fleming Dean making the play happen after what could have been a foul that wasn't called. Samford didn't drop their heads. They just immediately moved over to the right side, earned the corner, and then put the ball in the back of the net.
Such a big moment for Samford to get the goal against a Western Carolina University side that had conceded just 9 goals coming into this game. A brilliant service in and an even better header from the graduate student Ella Simpson.
So now we see how the Catamounts respond to that. This isn't a team that's conceded many goals this season, as you mentioned. How do they handle it?
We'll see if Chad Miller makes any adjustments, but he will trust the process and be well aware that his side is averaging 2.6 goals for per game this season. 52 times the Catamounts have found the back of the net, but they're going to have to do so if they want to keep their season guaranteed alive. As the ball cleared off of the Catamounts and out for a Samford throw.
Little frantic on that far side, which you kind of expect in moments where you concede and you fall behind. Plenty of time for the Catamounts.
Mason Wells takes that throw and it goes all the way out of play for the goal kick. We talked about set pieces being pivotal for Samford. They might not be able to create too many big moments in the run of play. They had to make the service count, and that's exactly what they did from the dead ball.
It's the directness, though, of the Bulldogs. It's the whole sequence with Fleming Dean in the middle, but then getting the wide players involved, Glisson especially cutting inside.
Handball was called. Catamounts looked to take it quick, but referee asked to wait for the whistle.
Had to back it up a little bit as well.
Ball will be sent forwards. Important slide tackle away, and then a second challenge comes in from Abby Wright. No foul there. Play will continue. It's Abby Wise. Square pass for Marcel. Marcel winds up the strike. Just didn't dip at the last moment.
Quick left foot from Marcel, just a little drop of the shoulder back to the right, creates the space to the left. Wasn't sure she was going to be able to get around on that, but struck it well, and Hull was scrambling a little bit.
It's moments like that that can change games when you have a player like Naya Marcel so confident with the ball, so willing to take a strike. She can turn the game on its head in just a moment.
Another interesting subplot here the rest of the second half. I think we've seen a pretty clear signal in challenges, physical challenges on the field, that maybe that belt is going to be loosened a little bit in what's called and what isn't.
We'll see how the referee handles the slick turf. Can also impact the level of challenges that come in and the control that a player is able to have.
Yeah, it's a good point. Sometimes that's what will loosen the belt, but we'll see. We saw the challenge that Samford ended up getting up and playing through. Saw one the other way that Western Carolina had a question about earning a free kick themselves. We'll see if the game is maybe allowed to breathe a little bit more here in the last 33 plus.
Ball flicked on, cleared away on the header by Samford. A great pass over to change the point of attack. Abby Wise. Wise plays it up to the channel. An important takeaway by Abby Wright, but the ball will stay in the hands of Western Carolina with the throw. Wise will have another opportunity, this time starting it through her back line. A chip ball forward by Campbell. Big header out the back, but a bit of a giveaway. Slide tackle. Still with Western Carolina. Driven strike. Huge save. Peyton Hall adjusts her feet last minute to parry it away.
A great cutback shot from DeMarco. And on a slick surface, Hull has to scramble back across and is able to push it wide of the post.
Alexis DeMarco did everything right, and it took a perfect save out of Peyton Hull.
I love that DeMarco didn't go to try to hit that with as much power as possible. She tried to place it.
Corner kick towards the front post, headed up off of a Western Carolina head last, out for the goal kick. What impresses me most about that save is on the slick turf, Peyton Hull being able to keep her eyes on it and push it away.
Yeah, it's tough because of the footwork that can be impacted because of that slick surface. We've seen defenders fall really close to where Hull had to slide across. She picked the right spot to launch her body across to push it wide of the post.
Redshirt freshman with such an important save in a pivotal game in her career. DeMarco getting on the ball more now. And a chop down foul will be called against Caroline Donovan. She'll get a stern word talking to from the referee.
Wondered if advantage might be played there, but I think it was important to make the point on that challenge from Donovan. It was a little late and it was a little over the top.
Becca Campbell will serve in the free kick. Let's go Cats, echoes around the stands as Campbell sends it forward, it's headed away. Only as far as Roberts, who'll distribute it wide. Swinging cross comes in, and it's sliced clear by Simpson. Had a goal to get us ahead for Samford, and then an important clearance away from Simpson. Ball still alive inside the box. Samford on their heels. Driving into the box now are Western Carolina. A calm pass, a kick save away, and then a grab. And a smash into Peyton Hull, who just made an incredible save out of Malia Roberts.
Such a difficult one because I don't think Hull saw the initial shot well from Roberts with the left foot. As we take another look here, 20 yards out, Hull keeps her body as big as possible, and then it pops straight up. And look, it's a 50-50 challenge. It's a championship game. You gotta go for that. Hull is strong enough to make the catch, take the hit, and draw the foul.
The Indiana native, Peyton Hull, continues to add highlight reel to the film. There's a nice pass down the channel, isn't able to be saved.
I'm not sure if the shot from Roberts took a deflection or not. She might have just been screened, but she kept her body as big as she possibly could and made the initial save with her legs.
Couple of deflections. Ball will go to Samford on the throw. Isabella DeMarco, such a key player for Western Carolina, though she's been involved in a lot of those build-ups for attacking plays for Western Carolina.
You're starting to see her get more involved. Samford gonna make a rotation here. We saw this late in the first half where Buchanan and Glisson came out. I think this is absolutely by design so they can be ready to roll for the final moments of the match, as Samford makes the changes with DeLuca and Brooklyn Miller coming in up top.
We saw the energy that both Miller and DeLuca brought to the table, chasing everything down on those direct long balls played, as physical challenge in the middle is won by Roberts. Here is the chance to chase. DeMarco gets it wide. Here she is, DeMarco! Oh my goodness! An unbelievable save by Peyton Hull. Flies across. That one was destined for top bins, but Peyton Hull had other ideas.
We've talked about Trudell being one of the best goalkeepers you'll find in the area. Hull has matched her and surpassed her today. That is one of the best saves you'll see.
One of the best saves I have seen in college soccer in a long, long time of doing this job. So we see another delivery into the penalty spot, headed away, and then sliced anywhere by Donovan.
Peyton Hull is dominating this game with the force of her play. The saves, the presence, the taking a physical challenge and getting back up, willing her team on.
DeMarco, far side, will spin in across. Hull will come up and claim. Peyton Hull, take a breather.
Hayden Hall channeling Alyssa Nair with the kind of leadership that you're seeing from her. It's easy to forget she's a redshirt freshman.
Foul is called. Deemed there's a little bit too much backing in from Sam DeLuca. 27 minutes left to play. Still so much action to be had here on ESPN Plus between these two sides. I'm sure there are more chapters to this tale. So ball driven down the middle of the park. It's cleared away by Simpson. Headed up in the air by Muth. Inside pass to Roberts. Roberts distributes wide. First touch is good from Wise, and then she threads it down the channel. Beautiful turn by DeMarco. DeMarco chips it. It's blocked away.
A throw for Samford. Thought that could have gone the other way. The cross was blocked by the defender. Arms were down. I think it got the hip anyway. Arms weren't extended, so if it goes from the hip or the body into the arm, you're never going to call that in that moment.
So another sub coming in for Samford. Martha Bishop enters the game. Fleming Dean takes a well-deserved breather after, as you mentioned, Jason, her role in the goal that's been scored.
Dean, the junior from Marietta, Georgia, has been maybe under the radar just a little bit in this one. She's been huge for the Bulldogs.
Ball is cleared away by Abby Wright. Wise will throw it in. DeMarco tries to spin across in. She gets onto the leftovers. Roberts, seen her shoot from distance. This time goes with the pass. Ball still alive as it's ping-ponging around. Wise will control. Inside pass to Roberts, who's up on her feet again. Looking to distribute wide now. It's kept in play. Slide tackle away, tidily done by Himes. DeMarco hangs the cross up high, headed away by Simpson. Only as far as Marcel. Her shot is deflected. Last ditch defending from Caroline Donovan again.
Huge play from Donovan at the top of the arc to get something on that shot from Marcel.
Outswinging corner incoming for Western Carolina. Can they match what Samford did to get their go-ahead goal? Outswinging delivery, driven, headed away. As it's put back into a danger zone, outside of the boot flick. Important defending coming from Wise.
They did enough. It wasn't necessarily clean there for Samford, getting that away as quickly as they would like, but they were able to deal with it with Marcel ready to strike.
Caitlin Maynard, a key component in this back line for Samford. She'll be tested again as this delivery comes in. Takes a couple of hops. Major. Does she get there ahead of the play? Referee turns a blind eye. He will stop the play.
Wait a minute.
And we will see
He's
VAR
gonna go look at
coming.
it. Yeah, I thought he might go look at that challenge. He did not call it. Remember, replay is very different in college than you might be used to if you watch professionally. The referee's going to go over and look. He triggers the replay himself. As you see that challenge, it's a 50-50. You know, maybe 60-40, whichever way you want to go on it, but it's a judgment call. And that's what's tricky here. It's not someone telling the referee that there could be a clear and obvious error. He wants to look at it again.
So we get another look. The determination will be, did Anna Major touch the ball first? Was there contact? The VAR officials are going to be looking through our live stream right now, so we'll be getting all of the repeats of this for you here live on air from different angles as well. The challenge comes in. It is Major's contact that they are looking here. Jason, what's your gut instinct right now?
I think you heard me live. I've seen that given. We've seen it not given. That's the thing. It's not clear cut. And the bar is different. The conversation is different. And the referee has made the decision, and he's stuck with his original call that it is not a penalty.
And I'm thinking it's based on the fact there did seem to be, from the second angle we saw, a touch on the ball from Major initially before the contact is given.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because you can still go penalty there because the follow-through does go into the player. It's one that we have seen go either way. It is a total judgment call. You can justify the call either way, and the referee wanted a second look. He sticks with his original call.
It's good to see the utilization of VAR this year introduced to the collegiate game a little differently, as you mentioned, and I'll take that every day of the week, how quickly that was given.
It's a different conversation. He's looking at his own decision. He's basically looking for backup on the decision that he made initially. So it's a different level. It's a different bar that you're trying to set in making that decision.
Obviously, that decision will have given Samford lots of hope. They may have felt very nervous as they waited for our lead official to make that call. Lead official again today is John Matto.
It was a robust challenge, and it is one that you need to be careful with the rest of the day.
And don't forget the wet conditions. We have seen rain for the past 45 minutes or so falling down here in Cullowhee. Western Carolina, though, will have to build something else, create more opportunities in the attack. Have to get a goal somewhere. They do still have just over 22 minutes remaining to do so. Here's Hahn. Loved what she brought to the table when she came on in the first half as a sub. And here she is again, winning that ball ahead of Brooklyn Miller.
It's had the classic rhythm of a final. Cagey through 45 minutes. The referee is warning Samford to not try to run clock in some of these moments.
I think that's a good call as well
yeah,
by the
go
referee.
ahead and get it out of the way. Go ahead and start warning them.
So we're seeing seconds added back on to the clock, I believe.
Yeah, also trying to get the clock reset after the warning about running the clock.
So we get a peek at the stats, Jason. 12 shots for Western Carolina, 6 on target, compared to Samford with 4 shots, 1 on target. The lone shot on target, of course, the goal that came from Ella Simpson. Western Carolina have been really thwarted by some amazing goalkeeping by Peyton Hull.
Catamounts out shooting Samford 9-2 in the second half.
We see subs coming in for Western Carolina. Head coach Chad Miller wanting to make sure that he gets fresh legs onto the field in such an important game. A repeat of the 2023 championship match that saw Western Carolina crowned SoCon tournament champions for the first time since 2088.
Samford had won the previous 3. And they're trying to get that crown back here today.
Throw-in will be taken in by Martha Bishop. She loops it over the top. Streaming forward was Brooklyn Miller, couldn't keep it in play. You just see the urgency right now of Leanne Trudell in goal. She's mainly been passenger in net. Been a tough day to be beaten by the 1 shot on target that you've faced, as we see more subs coming in to the play for Western Carolina. It's Maggie Lloyd coming in up top.
Maddie Lopez as well. Overhit ball on the far side. It'll be another goal kick for Western Carolina. 20 plus to go.
Leanne Trudell had only been beaten 9 times in goal before this game. She's had to pick the ball out the back of her net once. DeLuca will challenge. A couple of hops in the middle. And it's won by Himes. Himes laying the ball forwards. Miller will chase. Miller with a burst of pace, a driven cross into the hands of Leanne Trudell, who will bowl it out instantly.
Great distribution from Trudell.
Here's Hahn playing deeper than we saw her in the first half as she tries to square the ball forwards. The offside flag is raised against Sam DeLuca, coming back from the offside position top-2 challenge.
Yeah, on the initial ball, she was in an offside position and came back to try to win it back.
Muth sends the ball forwards, headed back by Simpson. Hahn goes in for the slide tackle, does enough to force the throw-in in her favor. Wise. Beautiful little move by the sub, Lopez. Lopez is fouled. Free kick, Western Carolina, dangerous area.
Yeah, take your pick. I think there were a couple fouls there that could have been called. Referee wanted to see if advantage might pop open there. I think it was a grab that ultimately got the call. The sliding challenge at the end wasn't it, but brought back for the free kick and a big opportunity here for the Catamounts.
It's Abby Wise that will be tasked with sending this one in. A really good area for a delivery. Plenty of bodies forward, everyone back for Samford defensively.
We saw the replay. It was the first challenge on Lopez that earned the free kick.
Ball is hung up, goalkeeper will come. Doesn't quite get there. Did enough.
Got hands to it, wasn't able to catch it. There was contact, play continued, and Samford were able to clear, and now they want to counter.
And here is the counter, aggressive position by Trudell, great goalkeeping.
Good right foot to play it straight down the middle. Second opportunity, Catamounts win it.
Lopez driving, forward in towards Lloyd, and her shot goes wide.
Challenges have definitely picked up here in the second 45, and especially in the last 10 minutes or so. That's only going to ratchet up the rest of the way.
As a challenge comes in on the back, Naya Marcel, the guilty party, right in front of the referee. Bishop will send this one forward. In fact, she'll leave it, and the clock will be stopped.
All by design.
I would say great acting, but it was a little obvious.
That one was, yeah, maybe the acting needed to be worked on a little bit.
Maynard went to send the ball forward. The referee not happy.
I think it's the clock, because I think, and it's tricky. He's really trying to manage the time wasting, but he's stopping the clock very quickly, so everybody's got to get up to speed on it.
It's not easy, as someone that has run stats before, to be the person that's pressing the button to stop the clock. You feel a lot of pressure on your shoulders as Maynard sends this one forwards. It's headed away, out the back by Campbell. Nice move by Kirsten Hahn, and Hahn through one tackle. Here she goes, over the halfway line. Kirsten Hahn, her pass though slid away. Beautiful tackle out the back by Alec. Tempo keeps going. Hahn throws it into Marcel. It's back to Wise. Referee, instead of allowing the play to continue, thinks the free kick will be a better option for the Catamounts.
Hannah Major has been walking the tightrope on a few challenges that this crowd has reacted to. That time off the ball, really gets the call and gives up a dangerous free kick.
Of course, was Major involved in the challenge that did go to a video replay for our referee. Ended up not being called as a penalty, but this service, very dangerous, and two dangerous players stand over the top of it in Abby Wise and Naya Marcel. Marcel, one hand up, plays it in towards the penalty spot. A big challenge comes in, it will be a corner. The target of that pass in was Kirsten Hahn, and a big block came in to deflect it out of play for the corner.
Low to the penalty spot and just got to it in time and didn't give up the penalty.
Here is a corner. It's deep towards the edge of the 6, is headed down. Lloyd was the closest to it in front of the goalkeeper, but in the end, it's cleared up and away by Hannah Himes.
Simpson with a big defensive header as well. It was her header that has the Bulldogs in the lead, doing the job on the defensive side too.
Samford doing everything to get this ball clear now as Maynard volleys it forward. It's headed back by Malia Roberts. And eventually cleared off the boots of Caroline Donovan. Maggie Lloyd couldn't keep it in play. Samford throw.
Subs coming, 3 of them for the Bulldogs.
Quarter of an hour left in this must-win game for both these sides to guarantee postseason play in the NCAA championship game. We see Whitaker Buchanan back into the game. You mentioned it, Jason, subs by design, smart rotation from Todd Yelton to make sure he can get some of his starters back into this game fresh.
Buchanan, Glisson, Dean, all back into those front 3 roles.
So physical challenge is sent as far away as possible by Ella Simpson.
So now the counter threat is even more dangerous for Samford, but Western Carolina, you're getting into the portion now where you can't really worry about that. You've got to get numbers forward like right here.
Muth, beautiful step to give herself some space, serves it forward, headed away by Simpson. Simpson lets it bounce and then sandwiched between 2. Roberts controls. Roberts, a little turn of pace. Can she keep it in? She does. Roberts still with possession. Around another, out for a corner. Wonderful work by the redshirt freshman, Malia Roberts.
Great run from Roberts from St. Augustine, Florida. She earns the corner. Simpson with another great sequence defensively, going through 2 attackers to win another header to partially clear it.
It'll be Abby Wise yet again serving this one in. It's deep towards Roberts and then headed on. Second bite at the apple as a big tackle goes in. It's deflected away. Roberts was close to it. It ended up being the header off Kirsten Hahn. So we see a player down for Western Carolina. I believe, based on the fact it came where the corner was, it's probably Abby Wise that's down.
Yeah, it is Wise who is down. She tried to save it. Didn't get to it before it was gone, and then the collision with Donovan.
Just looked like a knocking of knees with all that momentum on the slick turf.
I think it might have been more of a step on Wise. Donovan had no chance to get to that. Wise has every opportunity there to try to save it. You're trying to keep that play alive, coming in after taking the corner as it comes back across. Donovan's not going to get to it and comes through and catches Wise, who can't really do anything to avoid it as she had committed to trying to save the ball initially.
Tough blow for Wise right now, who's down on the ground. Abby Wise, the redshirt junior from Greensboro, North Carolina, has been pivotal with so many services into the box. The set piece player, if you like, for Western Carolina. Jason, we're going to take a look back at how we got here to the 1-0 scoreline. A perfect service in and an even better header from Simpson.
Simpson was able to get to the spot, won the aerial duel, headed that back in. Simpson has been really good on the defensive side as well here lately, and she's going to have to be the rest of the way. Clock stopped at 14:01. Western Carolina has dominated the stat sheet in the second half, out-shooting Samford 11-2. The only thing that matters when you look at that sheet is the goal from Simpson. Wise is back up on her feet for Western Carolina.
1,874 fans today up on their feet applauding Wise. It's been competitive, but it's also been very respectful between these 2 fan bases. It's been a brilliant atmosphere here in the SoCon final.
It's great when you have fan bases from both teams here to make noise both ways. Western Carolina with a bunch of subs in that sequence. Siska back in. Isabella DeMarco also back in. Both teams with as first choice as they can be at this stage with 14 to play.
Hull sends it forward, and then Donovan launches it further up a field, as far away from their goal as possible. In fact, it did take a deflection. Referee has deemed it to be a Bulldogs throw. Abby Wright will throw this one down the channel. The cross came in from Buchanan. It'll be easily cleaned up and distributed forward. DeMarco will chase, but Maynard will get there first. And if you're Todd Yelton right now, Jason Longshore, is it just defend for your lives, or are you looking to try and find those counterattacks in moments too?
It's both. I mean, and really, that's the way Samford plays. So I don't think they have to really think about changing anything. You've got 3 very good players on the counter up top, and Buchanan, Glisson, and Dean underneath them. They can all defend, too. And if you end up just attacking with that trio and everybody else staying back, you're really not deviating from how you play very much.
Ball forward into DeMarco. Tried a little spin, wasn't able to break through the challenge. Campbell will just send it up and away. Final 12.5 minutes remaining here from the campus of Western Carolina. And a Major sends it forward. In a foot race is Glisson. Be able to play for the goal kick.
It's so smart from Major because you're hitting a ball 50, 60 yards. You overhit it, you give up a goal kick. No big deal. If you connect that, Glisson can get in behind and then get to goal and make something happen. It is the best risk reward that you can take there. Major, really intelligent play.
Major again, just chipping that one forward. Takes a couple of hops. And then in the center circle, cushion down. Flicked on by the head of Glisson. And stepping forward from the midfield is Hines. Glisson, driven cross. Not quite with the legs to get onto it was Fleming Dean. Western Carolina looking to create a beautiful move out of the back, and then a ball chipped forward from Wise.
Had a little more time there than maybe she thought.
But it's good to see her back on her feet and playing again after that big challenge that saw her receive treatment for a hefty period of time. Glisson will come out of play. She'll be replaced by Sam DeLuca.
The clock will stop on those subs for Samford because they are the team in the lead. You get into the last 15 minutes, the referee can stop the clock on attacking substitution, so you can't use that as a way to try to waste time.
Whitaker, positive touches, plenty of green grass ahead of her, she'll take it. Whitaker sends it forwards, it's cleared away. Donovan tried to send it further afield. This one will hop all the way back to Hull in goal. And Jason, lots of football still to be played, but if this one ends up being a Samford victory, Peyton Hull will get her fair share of congratulations for this result.
She's the player of the match. No question about it if it comes to that foul called free kick. Samford, maybe a little frustration there. If it stays this way, Hull has been the player of the match.
An unbelievable top hand save that had everyone with their jaws dropped has preserved the shutout for Peyton Hull. Hines will launch this one forward, was looking for the run of Sam DeLuca. She couldn't get on the end of it. And Trudell will sprint to try and get this one launched forward. The clock's still ticking. The ball volunteers are doing everything possible to get the ball back to Western Carolina as quick as possible at every opportunity. This one sent forward. Trudell quick off her line, drives it towards the halfway line.
Love that from Trudell. That's a pass.
Beautiful ball in. I'm trying to connect forward, but unable to find the connection. Square pass was towards Roberts. Big step is called as a foul. It's Fleming Dean that's whistled.
That's the best kind of foul, though, for Samford because it's a free kick from 50 yards.
See what Western Carolina can cook up here with the service. Everybody holding their line on the edge of the 18. 2 hands up. Service is looped in towards the 6, and who else but Peyton Hull to come to claim. Aggressive goalkeeping from Peyton Hull.
No hesitation. Comes into some traffic to make that catch. Western Carolina probably want to try something different on those long free kicks if they get another opportunity, and I think they will.
Need to scout out the goalkeeper's strengths, and coming for those balls is certainly one of them. Is a beautiful move by DeMarco. Alexis DeMarco. Strike from distance, another save from Peyton Hull.
Might have been going wide that time. Hull can't be sure, so she makes the save anyway to add to the stat sheet. An amazing diving save again.
Better safe than sorry, they always say. As Naya Marcil will serve in an in-swinging corner. Marcil hangs it high. Headed down. And in a foot race, referee says get up. Who else but Anna Major involved with that one?
No surprise.
As Major's clearance is blocked away, it's cushioned down and stabbed away by Buchanan. Still in possession of the Catamounts, looking to break through. A strike is deflected. And charging it down was the Catamounts, and it deflects out for a Samford goal kick.
Major has to be careful. She's a protagonist. She's a player who's going to get under your skin at times, but she's done a great job in this match defensively while riding that line of not giving up either a penalty or a dangerous free kick.
Big slide tackle came in out of the back. Sam DeLuca did enough to earn a Samford throw. 7.5 minutes remaining. You can just feel the atmosphere here changing a little bit. It's nervousness from this Western Carolina side. As the cross comes in, easy pickings for Trudell. We've seen some great distribution out of the Canadian goalkeeper. Let's see what she does here with the volley. It's punted long, headed back by Major, but it's picked up in the middle of the park by Marcil. Marcil will distribute wide. One is deflected, and Major will just send it forwards. Trudell will drive out of her 18 to pass this one up to Wise. Her distribution, wonderful. Wise. Long cross. Cleared away, but only as far as Goklowski. Outside of the boot pass attempt. Connecting outside the box. DeMarco swiped clear from the boots of Wells.
Big block from Wells at the top of the 18. Sub coming for Western Carolina. Siska trying to get involved in the attack up top. Goklowski just checking back in. Really having to take some chances here, Western Carolina, and just get numbers forward with 6 minutes to play.
Swiped out of bounds for a corner. Golden opportunity. It was a corner that has led to the go-ahead goal for Samford off of the head of Ella Simpson. Western Carolina would love to recreate that now. In swinger, incoming. Marcil puts it towards the penalty spot. Is headed down, and doving on it is Peyton Hull again.
Good footwork again from Hull. She's able to slide across. Of course she's going to pounce on that at the end. But Hull had everything under control after Roberts won another header.
Peyton Hull feeling unstoppable right now, but she's bound to be challenged again. Western Carolina over 50 goals this season. Physical duel. It is Goklowski. She'll get it back. Sophia Goklowski threads it up and gets it back, but the pass is under hit. Bit of a foot race here as Sam DeLuca will chase. Campbell will play it back to Trudell, who will just send it forwards. It's Hannah Himes that reads it nicely and just sends it forwards. Western Carolina fighting the clock right now, and the clock says under 5 minutes left to play. Muth. Big launch forward from Muth. It's headed clear by Simpson.
Simpson winning everything in the air right now.
Was helped on by Buchanan, further away from goal. Abby Wise taking too much space, will have to retract her run. Wise gets it back, sends it forwards. Connecting outside the box now, DeMarco. Big tackle came in from Himes. Did she keep it in? She did. Stab away by Simpson. Ping pong ball in the 18. Samford hanging on by their fingernails as Roberts puts it back into an area and it's sent clear. Referee stopped the clock due to the injury. Down on the ground.
He was waiting for Samford to get on the ball because that injury happened before in the sequence, but he didn't want to give a drop ball in a bad spot for the attacking team. He had to wait for Samford to get some control of the ball so he could stop it for treatment.
It's Fleming Dean down on the ground for Samford. We'll get another look at the goalmouth scramble. It was just an awkward fall there, down on her back by Fleming Dean.
It's at the beginning of that whole sequence, and it's not a foul, and you can't stop the play there because you have to either call a foul, which would be unfair to the Catamounts, or you have to give them a drop ball in the attacking third, which no referee wants to do. That's brilliant refereeing, to wait, to be patient, and then wait till the ball falls to a Samford defender so it can be dropped back to the Bulldogs with 3:28 to play, and it's not going to create a risk of something really out of the box, unorthodox, that could decide the match.
John Matto has been very good in charge of this match today.
Seriously, one of the best refereeing performances I've seen in a long time. He's been outstanding, and it's the little things like that whole sequence that the management of the match has been so strong.
3.5 minutes remaining here. Big decisions may come to pass, but John Matto again has set the tone very well and controlled what's a difficult game to control in these tough conditions on the wet turf.
Yeah, and a final and two teams that know each other well, probably don't like each other very much. It can get physical between these two teams. It's been in control, and it's made the match better for it.
Peyton Hall will have the ball in hand. She'll punt it forwards. It'll be flicked on further by Buchanan, but it's sent forward. Searching ball. Simpson gets up to head it away, and it's flicked on further by Donovan. Bouncing in the middle of the park. Will be controlled by Western Carolina, but swiping it clear is Whitaker Buchanan. She's been pinned back defensively, and she's done a good job.
180 seconds to go.
Just feel the tempo, the energy. Western Carolina, though, earn the set piece. And look at Leanne Trudell. She's going as far up this pitch as her coach Chad Miller will let her.
Yeah, I think you want her right at midfield. Any clearance from Samford, it's not just going to be blasted back into the attacking half. Trudell will pick out a pass on the clearance to keep the play alive. Too much grabbing on that turn. That's what got the free kick, as you just saw it again.
They'll play it short, but it's cleared away. Well read out the back. Sam DeLuca on defense. Western Carolina searching pass. A Hail Mary is headed back by Simpson. Another ball is in, blocked away bravely, and then sent to clear.
Trudell's got to run this down and keep it moving with 2 minutes to go.
Trudell only as far as Buchanan, who headed it back, but it's cleared up by Goklowski. Crowd urging the Catamounts forward here. Under 2 minutes remaining. The conference championship on the line. Western Carolina, the current defenders of that conference tournament title. They see it slipping away right now as Samford continue to cling on.
But they have to throw it in deep in the corner. Everyone can step up to press.
You see them pinning back the Bulldogs right now as it's flicked on off the head of Nicholas. Roberts tried to serve it wide. It's now back to Wise. Wise, square pass into Marcel. And Peyton Hall will grab it at a second opportunity.
Brilliant goalkeeping from Hull, because there's no way she saw that shot come in initially. It skips in front of her and picks up speed. She gets her body behind it, and then the quick reaction to pounce on it. That save is as good as the diving save earlier.
Final minute of play, and DeLuca has possession. She'll go to the corner flag, starving away the seconds. DeLuca tries to draw the foul, nothing given.
40 seconds to go.
It's put back into an area. Trudell will have to come and grab. She's got to go, and she's got to go fast with the punt. It's headed back by the goal scorer Simpson. And sent as far away from goal as possible by Abby Wright. 20 seconds remaining.
Ball stayed in play. The ball stayed in play in the corner. It never went out.
They've got to get it forward, some way, somehow. So 10-second countdown begins. The Southern Conference Tournament title is returning to Samford. After heartbreak in 2023, the Bulldogs are victorious. It was a header from Ella Simpson. The difference, her name will go down on the score sheet, but it's Peyton Hull, the Samford goalkeeper, that was a shining star to keep Western Carolina off of the score sheet. Final score, Bulldogs 1, Catamounts 0. Jason Longshaw, Samford are crown champions.
What a match and performance from Samford. Only 4 shots on the day, 2 shots in each half. Simpson with the header on the back post to make the difference. Great defensively as well from Simpson. They won all the big challenges in the second half, and when they didn't, Peyton Hull made the big saves for the Bulldogs to reclaim the SoCon title.
For Western Carolina, it is absolute heartbreak. They were unbeaten since late August in a defeat against Queen's University. Since then, it has been a marvelous run for their 2024 campaign. So many high-level players on this roster, Jason, and you have to feel for the Catamounts. Let's take a peek, though, at the highlights. This is how we got to the Samford Bulldogs being crowned champions.
Great service on the corner. Simpson goes up, gets to the spot, places the header back across. It's a great finish from Simpson, the graduate student from Orlando, and that is the difference. This Western Carolina team, they fall to 15-3-3, and hopefully they find their way into an at-large bid here in the NCAA tournament. But look at Peyton Hull. Brag on the goalkeeper.
The final score today in the Southern Conference Championship match. Samford Bulldogs are crowned champions with the 1-0 victory. For Jessica Charman, Jason Longshaw, our entire crew, your 2024 SoCon Women's Soccer Tournament champions are the Samford Bulldogs.